What's going on, guys? It's your boy Dev back with another one of these Stoken Vibes. Today I want to talk about Tech Pan's banner. So, Tech Pan's banner is not bad. Here's why. Tech Pan and Agl Captain Ginyu. You have two of the top three TURs in game. Number one being Physical Kid Goku that just dropped on JP. Number two being Captain Ginyu. And number three being Tech Pan. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and talk about why Tech Pan and Agl Captain Ginyu are so goddamn good, because I will be repeating myself and I don't want to sound like a broken record. I spoke about them in yesterday's video. If you guys want to go ahead and check that out, go ahead. But I'm not going to repeat myself for the people that have saw the video. Just to know that Tech Pan is number three, Captain Ginyu is number two, and number one is that Physical Kid Goku that just dropped on JP a couple of days ago. So, let's talk about everyone else on the rest of the banner, right? Let's start from the bottom. We have both the GT Dokkan Fest, Goku and Vegeta. Now, Red Zone wise, hear me out, guys. Of course, we're going to talk about Red Zone in this video, of course, because it's meta. Red Zone wise, Vegeta is better. I'm just going to say it outright. Vegeta is better than Goku in the Red Zone. I found that Goku, using him a lot in the Red Zone, he gets his shit bombed. It's not an understatement. Goku gets his shit bombed, although he can clutch up with you with an attack stat. Although an attack stat is not really what matters. It's the defense that matters. Vegeta's defense looks so good post-super attack, and he makes him runnable for a third slot unit in the Red Zone. Now, of course, people would say, oh, Red Zone's not really, it's not just all about Red Zone. Now, provided, a lot of people that watch me are, what can I say, endgame players, you guys care more so about the Red Zone, so I'm going to talk about the Red Zone. So, if we take a look at this banner from a Red Zone standpoint, right, you want to get the missions done, you want to plow through the missions, I would say that this banner is good for that specific need. Because you have Tech Pan, you have Captain Ginyu, and you also have that GT Dokkan Fest Vegeta, who can actually work well as a slot 3 unit in the Broly stage, and I would argue inside the Omega stage. Now, of course, people say that, but what about Kid Goku? Not Kid Goku, excuse me. What about GT Goku inside Omega stage? You got me there, but you really have to watch out for that STR Omega phase, because that shit will destroy this guy. But provided, of course, you get past that, then this guy will actually look okay, but he'll still get hit for a little bit of his normals. He'll get hit a little hard. I won't even cap. But the point I'm trying to make is that both these two can be ran in the Red Zone, but more so Vegeta over Goku, if you guys get exactly what I'm trying to present to you guys. These two are not the worst units on this banner. I will argue the worst unit on this banner would be, I don't know. Would these two be the worst two units on the banner? If we actually think about it, I would probably say, yeah, these two are the worst units on the banner. Yeah, I would probably say so. I mean, they are orb changers, they are orb changing nukers, but that's really it for those two, the GT Dokkan Fest, Goku and Vegeta. Those two units are good units to have in a team, great for slot 3, but other than that, let's move on over to 4 Gogeta. Now, 4 Gogeta has aged a bit, but hear me out, 4 Gogeta could work well inside the GT bosses, inside the GT bosses sort of side of Red Zone. I wouldn't say that besides Bojack, Gogeta's problem is that his passive runs out, and that effective against all types on top of all that defense that he gets 40% attack defense at 4 key, along with him getting 50% attack and defense on super. I feel like the problem with him is that 1, his passive is going to run out, and 2, for Gogeta to not take damage, he really does need a double. Double supering for him is a little important. Better yet, a little important. It's very important for him to double super. If 4 Gogeta does not double super for you, it's going to hurt. Those normals hurt in the Red Zone now. Now, moving on over to Agl Trunks. Now, Agl Trunks looks better inside his pre-transformation, more so than his post-transformation. I'd see his post-transformation as just a cosmetic. I'm sorry. It's just cosmetic. I'm just going to keep it a beam with you guys. Because Agl Trunks post-transformation is just, he doesn't hold up because his defense doesn't hold up. He's just more so damaged because he transforms, get that 100% chance to crit for the first turn, then after that a 70% chance to crit, which is nice. And then he has that stun chance against Andrews Cell Saga characters, which is cool, but no one really cares about. Red zone wise, of course, since this video is red zone oriented, this guy could work, but he really needs to be hidden. If we take a look at all of the unfeatured, no, excuse me, if we take a look at all the featured Dokkan Fests on here, besides Captain Ginyu, all 4 of these guys need to be hidden. But all 4 of these guys could be used in the red zone. For sure. I can definitely vouch for all 4 of these guys being used. I've seen them all being used, and I have used all these guys except for Gogeta because I haven't pulled him before. But I've seen him being used in the red zone, and he can actually slide by for you. He really could. But you just have to get lucky where the attacks are placed. Now, granted, can some of these guys tank a normal besides Kid Goku? Yes. No, it's not Kid Goku. Why do I keep calling him Kid Goku? Besides GT Goku, yes. They could tank a normal. But it's more so of the substantial situation of them being type neutral, their defense post super. It all goes into some sort of weird fucking conglomerate of a vacuum where you have to be in a specific situation. Now, moving on over to Trunks and Giru. Trunks and Giru are a unit where they are a triple support type unit to what? Like, I think it's Dragon Ball Seekers, GT Heroes, and Bond of Friendship. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's 3 key and 60% attack and defense if you're on all 3 category teams at once, which Tech Pan is. And if he gains 7 orbs, or them, because they're the same goddamn unit, if they gain 7 orbs, they give an additional, 2 key? I think it's 2 key, and yeah, it's 2 key and a 10% attack and defense more, right? Along with crit chance. Yeah, 2 key, 10% attack and defense more. The problem with this unit is that 1, their super attack effect sucks. 2, they want you to run them in slot 1 so they can get all their orbs, although they are not a slot 1 unit because they'll get their shit destroyed. It's weird. I like the design of this unit, but then again I don't, because it's so weird. They're a double key changer for their typing. I don't know. Their design is weird. You really have to rely on them. It's so weird. They're a weird ass unit. I'm just gonna say that outright. They kind of like, they look like frauds if they don't get their orbs. Their super attack effect sucks. Their link set is ass. I mean, they do have Cold Judgment, which is a good defensive link. They do have GT, which is good for Tech Pan. It's like, the problem with this unit, the main thing is the Dokkan's like point of trying to make them a slot 1 unit. It's like what I'm looking at. It's weird. Even though they're a big time support type unit. Because at their peak, they are giving 5 key and 70% attack and defense with a 10% chance to crit the Tech Pan. But other than that, this unit is good. I think that's really about it. To recap, I would say both the GT Dokkan Fests are good enough to run in a red zone, although Goku more so than not he could get you destroyed, but you superbly have to hide him. For Gogeta and Agl Trunks could also be ran in the red zone, but another thing, having to hide them is super important because defense is what matters more so than offense in the red zone, unless you're like the 7th Anniversary LRs or you're the Worldwide Celebration LRs, but you basically do both of them. 2-way units are important in the red zone, to make the point. Which Tech Pan has. Well, Tech Pan's more so offense, but, her defense could look pretty goddamn good. And Ginyu has both of them. Ginyu's just Ginyu. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the best. This banner is solid. I'm going to say this banner is solid. I appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys next video. Peace.